This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Hello everybody, welcome to Cape Rugby TV. Wednesday night we talk about what's happening in the world of Western Province Club Rugby. Big thanks to our partners and sponsors that are on board with Cape Rugby TV. MChem 24-hour Pharmacy, of course, on the corner of N1 and Durban Road. You know that the DHL Stormers were there two weeks ago and had a fantastic time. Dulux Maitland is number 30 Coburg Road, just over Fort Trekker Road. And of course, Score Energy Drinks. On board with Cape Rugby TV. Right, with me on the show this evening, Jerome Parvater. Hello, Jerome.
Hi, JP. Feel a bit lonely here tonight. Lots of rugby to talk about. So, it's gonna, and it's cold and raining.
But it's nice. It's nice weather. It's
nice weather. We need the rain. We need this kind of weather, and it's good rugby weather.
Yeah, it is good rugby weather, and a lot of folks, I think, of course, had to go. The only downside, I suppose, the folks, it's voting day today, and of course in Cape Town, most people had to stand in the rain and go and vote. But very important that you cast your vote today. So yeah.
Hopefully they gave them all umbrellas, JP.
I doubt they gave everybody umbrellas. But yeah, it's been Morgan Newman. I think he maybe is overseas. Jonathan Valt is on his way to KZN. Danny Jones is in bed with flu. Faisal Felton is busy working out tournament fixtures. Everybody's busy. Jerome Parvater is with me. Folks, we've had a big day of... at least a big week of footage. We're going to be taking a look at Carlamore up against Penil Villages. It was a big derby over the weekend where they were tackling cancer and raising funds with more than 6,000 fans around the park. That was absolutely fantastic. And of course, we'll be speaking to coaches and captains from that game. And then we'll take a look at all the Super League A footage we got. We also managed to get footage from Fransch Hoek up against Collegians. And this weekend, I went to go and take a look at what was happening between St. George's and Rangers. And one of the things that you'll know that if you go to Rangers, Jerome, what do you get at Rangers?
Butter chicken.
Butter chicken. Butter chicken at Rangers. And I'm going to show you a little bit of some footage behind the scenes. But let's get straight into it. Penil Villages up against Carlamore.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour Pharmacy and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Right, there we go, folks. Peniel Villages halftime score 14-0 against Kylemore. Don't forget, you can win those Crusaders tickets. I'm going to tell you more about that a little bit later. Of course, Stormers DHL match coming up against Crusaders. 33090. Keep your phones handy. I'll tell you how to do it. Jerome, halftime score there. Peniel Villages against Kylemore. But more than the score, it looked like it was a fantastic day for a great cause.
Yeah, look like the cancer day. I almost thought like I'm watching a varsity cup day, a varsity cup game with the captain or the man of the match playing with the pink shorts. But a great initiative by them, and you can see also the crowd there. Everybody support that, and it's a really great initiative. And just on the rugby side, JP, I think that Peniel Villages scored their 2 tries of the scrum there, and they're known for that. But I think they're gonna, if they go further on, if a team match them, because they're known for that, playing with their forwards. So I think they can vary their game a little bit more, in just instead of just mauling and just scrumming. If they get opposition that match them, they can stop them. They'll be in trouble. So I just think that first half there was very predictable.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the second half. Going into the second half then, Peniel Villages leading 14-0, and as Jerome said, the scrum certainly looks dominant.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Right, there we go. Final score then, Peniel Villages 29-5 over Kylemore. Jerome, as you said, certainly looks like Peniel Villages dominating physically.
Yeah, I could see that Kylemore coach did his homework regarding the line-out mauling, and it's difficult to stop big boys like that. So they actually walked away from that one line-out as we see there. But they did it wrong, JP. If you're gonna try and get a penalty off, then you must just open up. You can't walk back. So that's why the ref said they must continue playing. Yeah. Because they were walking back, but you can open up, but you can't walk back. Then you give that. So they gave Peniel the opportunity to maul, which they stopped it at the end there. But I think Kylemore had opportunities, lots of opportunities. Their handling let them down, and I can see how they want to play that game. And there were a few points for them there that they could have taken, but unfortunately their handling let them down.
Maybe it's a little bit of derby thing. When it comes to derbies, you want to the mindset changes a little bit and you want to get it physical?
Yeah, it looked like Calmo was a bit nervous there because, like I say, I know they're known for passing the ball and playing into space, but on the day the handling errors cost them.
Yeah. Folks, let's catch up with Kylemore coach David van Wyk and Kylemore captain Elton Robertson.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Wel, eerstens wil ek sê compliments vir die manne wat agter die pink drive gesit het. Ek wil ook iemand compliment iemand Angelo Lawrence wat definitief baie harde werk ingesit het en is dit definitief aan die idee gekom van 'n speler binne 'n span en daarna weer net verder gegaan en ek dink dit is belangrik dat ons as klub, as gemeenskap en dis wel dwarsdorfie wil laat ons teruggee aan ons teruggee en die wyse gee om. Wel, so gesê dit vir hulle en hulle niks anders as so te beskryf en wat was dit? Ek wil kyk die mense nog steeds hier die mense het opgedag in nommers. Weer eens vir die crowd wil ek hulle eers baie dankie sê en natuurlik vir Penal Villages wat uitgekom het, hard gekom het, harde game was gee en yes, baie sal dit anders as 'n derby wat expect ons. Villages was op die regte plek uitgesit waar hulle wil en ons kon net in die red zone, ons wil net as ons uit die moeilikheid gehardloop het en was gepenaliseer daarvoor, so ek dink dat was baie om terug te gaan weer kan. Sinds ek wil dit ek wil Cape Rugby TV baie dankie sê dat hulle gekom het na die pragtige vallei toe met 'n great setting van berge en ek hoop ons dis die laaste keer wat ons willen sien nie. So dankie JP en die span, waardeer dit.
Ek dink die beste span gewen, die span wat die meeste wel gehad het te wen. Maar ons boys het alleen die league is nog baie games oor, nog 12 games oor vir ons. So ons gaan nog niet werk om eerste te eindigen. Ons gaat nog met wat tweede of zo nie. Ons gaan strijd voor eerste. Het is niet dat als je een makkelijke game al hele laatste. Maar ik heb alle confidence in de boys. Ik heb alle confidence in die bestuur. So. Ik denk we zullen het maken.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Kylemore coach David van Wyk and the captain Elton Robertson, and didn't go their way on the day, but nevertheless staying positive. Let's go straight away now to Penal Villages coach Theo van Wyk and Penal Villages captain Smarty Fisher.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Ons weet van al die jare al, Kylemore enige ding is rugby, cricket, enige ding sing, so daar is altyd kompetisie in tussen die twee dorpe. Maar ek dink op die ouene dag het rugby gewen, ek dink dit was 'n goeie game, al drie spanne. Dit was nie so close geweest as ons verwag het nie. Ons gedink ons gaan, miskien was dit door die rooi kaart wat hulle gekry het wat 'n bietjie in ons gaan getel het. Maar ek dink ons het goed gespeel. Ek dink ons takties het baie goed gespeel. Ons het gespeel waar ons speel in die regte gebied van die wedstryd. En dit is op die ouene dag wat ons die game laat uittrek het.
Ons coaching structures is baie goed afgerond op die einde van die dag. So my ding is en die coaches se plan is en die boys se plan is dat ons wil graag weer uit die league kom om weer competitive te wees in Super B. Alhoewel in Super A so ons werk hard. As ons moet oefen en van die veld af en as ons by mekaar kom so ja. Hulle sê dit gaan 'n taffe koekie wees. Maar op die einde van die dag, as dit maar net die span wat reg voorberei is vir die liga en so. Maar soos ek sê, my boys, hulle is nou nie hier nie, maar big up vir hulle. Ek weet my boys gaan met deurdra en ons bek mekaar al die pad vir die season.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Well, there we go. Smart Ray Fisher, captain at Villages, and of course Theo van Wyk. Just Jerome, just quickly touching on this before we go into the ad break. Looking at what Theo was talking about there, they're thinking very strategically. The coaches certainly it's not just coaching rugby anymore, arriving and blowing a whistle and making players run up and down. The Western Province Rugby coaches in the club structure certainly look like they're talking about game plans. They must be doing some sort of stats and analysis. It's really a different level to just casual rugby.
Yeah, it's that, and also what Theo was saying there is that even if they don't train, they together and they talk about the game.
Yeah.
And they're just friends, and they want to get out of the league, and they busy building something. This Kylemore, Penal is is a club that's been playing up on the top league.
Yeah.
So they're busy with lots of things there, and like I say, it's good that they not just rugby, but there's also they mix together a lot.
Yeah, no, that's great. I think that whole social discussion drives the competitive component. Right, folks, I've got a set of double tickets here up for grabs if you want to go into the draw to win this set of tickets to watch the DHL Stormers up against the Crusaders. Well, the way to do that is you need to enter the score competition, 33090, and you can win yourself a case of Score energy drinks. All right, Score's, of course, on board with Western Province Club Rugby, especially with the Sevens tournament. And you'll see a lot of the jerseys in Western Province Club Rugby is actually sponsored by Score, and a lot of those jerseys actually come from the Western Province Sevens tournament. More than 1,000 participants there last year with more than 50 teams. Now, if you want to win this set of tickets, the DHL Stormers up against the Crusaders. And let me tell you, since people found out about the fact that we're giving away tickets and you want to go in the draw, everybody's been phoning me and sending in messages saying, can I get the tickets? Well, unfortunately, the only way to win these tickets is you've got to go in the draw. 33090, just get your cell phones handy and send the word SCORE to 33090. Congratulations to last week's winner, Nadine Jones. Nadine, you win yourself a case of Score energy drinks and you are in the draw for these tickets. So congratulations, Nadine. Someone from Cape Rugby TV is going to get in touch with you and get your case of Score, and then in 2 weeks' time we will draw to see whether or not you win a set of tickets. Folks, we're going to take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we're going to take a look at the match footage that we've got from Super League A. Unimiller Primrose, Durban and Hamiltons, UCT and Paarl, Marties SK, NTK Daggerberg, UWC and Brackenfell. It's going to be jam-packed. We're going to race through it and try and show you as much footage as possible. And then we'll also take a look at Collegians up against Franschhoek a little bit later in the show, and Rangers and St. George's. We were out there just to see what was cooking, so to speak. Butter chicken, that's what it is. Back in a sec. Welcome back, everybody. It's Cape Rugby TV. Reminder, 33090. Want to win yourself a case of Score and go in the draw to win a set of tickets to the Crusaders up against the DHL Stormers at Newlands on the 18th of May. Then just get your phones and SMS the word SCORE to 33090. Super League A highlights over the that we managed to get from the coaches out there. Unimall Primrose. Let's take a look at this game first.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.
Right, folks, didn't go Primrose's way at all on the day. Certainly Unimall getting stronger and stronger by the week. They had a good challenge against Marties last week, I think 35-25. Jerome, this is the game that clearly a one-sided game. Unimall's really showing where they need to, what they can do in Super League A.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about this game. It's like you can just see Unimil run through. I mean, from a 22 kickoff, I haven't seen this. A 22 kickoff, the wing chase and he goes score. And it's always tough to go to Unimil, so you don't go to Unimil if you're not well prepared and to play the game. But pretty much a one-sided game, JP.
Yeah, but looking at Unimil's results, I think they're sitting possibly number 2 on the log at the moment. Ishmael Dolly has said that his ambitions are to end at within the top 4 in Super League A. Do you think that's realistic for Unimil?
I think he's a smart coach, JP, and he always get what he wants. You know how he's saying. Because a few years ago he said he didn't want to go up. He was not ready to go up, though he dominated Super B. Yeah. But they stayed in Super B. And once he thought that he was ready to go up, he's ready. He was, and then he said, like, look, we just want to stay in Super A. So that's good planning of a coach. And now he's ready to move up and see, like, he wants to be in top 4, which I think he'll end up there. Yeah,
well, let's see how Unimil goes. Certainly, everyone's got their eyes on Unimil at the moment. Durban were up against Hamilton's over the weekend. This is an old clash. These two teams have had a lot of success over the years, either in the Gold Cup or in the league. Hemis up against Durban.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy and Dulux Maitland.
Right, welcome back everybody. Right, Jerome, let's go straight to you. Folks, with me is Jerome Parvater, one of the coaches from Western Province Rugby, Jerome currently coaching the Western Province squad. Do we call it the Super Sport Challenge squad? I look at it simply as a DHL Western Province Rugby team. You're coaching that team, you've had great success. We're going to talk to you a little bit later about that during the course of the show. Hamilton's Durban, though, it was a win for Durban, but I don't know, very close between these two teams.
Yeah, if you look at the game there, that the score is actually for me not a true reflection of the game.
Yeah.
I must say Hamilton's played well on the day, and unfortunately couldn't finish because there had a couple of line breaks. So there was a lot of tries also for them to go score. But take nothing away from Durban. You can see that Gold Cup helped them a lot. So they just they can just step up the game if they want to, but pretty much even the game.
Just quickly going to it because we've got a lot of games to touch on here. Hamilton seems to be just short of where they want to get to. They kind of just want to get over the line. I'm not talking about in the game now. What's going on in Hamilton's? There's something that's just lacking at the moment in terms of their form of old.
It's tough, JP, and I know Nicky Viljoen and Morgan Newman. They have to build because they sort of have a new squad with a few of the older players. But you can see as the season progresses, I mean, this is now their 3rd game.
Yeah.
And you can see they're playing much better rugby.
Yeah.
So the guys understand the coaches now. I think
So it's a
that's,
little bit of a building phase,
yeah,
would you say that?
definitely.
Right. Okay, a little bit of a building phase going on at Hamilton's, and Durban certainly showing that they are a team to be contending with. UCT were up against Paul. Before we go to this game to look at UCT versus Paul, Jerome, I just got to say that I think UCT are a bit of a dark horse this year, and a few people have speculated as to whether or not UCT are going to come back to their form of old. They're of course playing against Stellenbosch tonight, which is like a varsity, what do you call it, varsity day, this old student thing. But this weekend they take on Paul. UCT is sitting on the top of the log at the moment. They certainly look like they are in good shape.
Yeah, I think UCT changed their approach from last year, JP, where in the league they played with a bit of older guys and guys who haven't played in the Varsity Cup. But they can see that it's important for them to use the league to prepare for the cup. So they're playing the youngsters in the league and with great success.
All right, well, let's take a look at that great success as UCT were up against Paul over the weekend.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. Right, there we go. UCT up against Paul. Jerome, UCT obviously came away as victors there, but a few weak spots.
Yeah, I mean, few tries in the first half there by Paul. Done very well there, and was a good game of rugby. It was entertaining, and I just think at the end there the students just came through. UCT because coming off the Varsity Cup, they have sort of a team going, and but Paul can hold their heads high. They didn't disappoint there. They played till the end. So the score obviously look a bit bad, but it's Paul can be proud of themselves.
Paul, though, this weekend will be taking on False Bay. Now, False Bay also sitting top of the log or high up on the log in Super League A at the moment. It's going to be a tough challenge.
Yeah, if False Bay, I think they have 2 weeks in a row now had a bye. I know they played a practice game against Villages, but if Paul use the opportunities in play, because it's tough for a team 2 weeks break, to come and play, and Paul has been playing every week. So they can put them under pressure.
They can put them under pressure. Then the other game I just want to focus on, and we will take a look at the fixtures in Superliga in a second, folks, but UCT this weekend is up against Marties. And we've got the stats. In fact, if we've got the Marties statistics here, we can quickly take a look at that. But Jerome, the fact is that UCT is doing really well in Superliga. The Marties, and if we look at what happened between Union Mill and Marties, Marties were put under challenge by Union Mill on the day. This is an opportunity for UCT to do what they did last year, and that is, they went to Craven Week, at least not the Craven Week, they went to the Craven Stadium, and they came away with a win.
They pretty much can do the same, JP, because a lot of players also now who played Varsity Cup for Marties are out, and with various teams within Western Province. And UCT sort of have the same squad. So that will be interesting also, but also, you don't, Stellenbosch, with the amount of players they have, the next guy just come in and just fold his place.
Not going to be easy. Let's quickly take a look at the stats for this upcoming game this weekend. Stellenbosch up against UCT. Marties, of course, playing away from home. UCT's got a home game. Both teams have got a 100% success record so far. Of course, Stellenbosch has only played 2 games in the league so far. But Marties, just going on the points that they have already got 115 points on the board and scoring an average of 58 points and 9 tries per game. So, Jerome, both these teams have already managed to get a good feel for what it means to cross the line. Does that make a difference come game day when you've got used to, even though it's high-scoring games, maybe against weaker teams, you're getting the feeling for what it means to score a try?
Yeah, that is both teams, JP. I mean, UCT 6 tries a game, Marties 9 tries a game. So it will just be up on how they work on the defense now, because obviously they had a lot of attack, but they did not have to defend so much. But coming up 2 quality side, I think will come down to who's got the best defense on the day.
All right, well, talking about Marties, they were, of course, up against SK Warmers over the weekend. We're going to take an ad break, and when we come back from the break, we'll catch up with the match Marties up against SK Warmers. Remember, a set of double tickets up for grabs. You want to go in the draw to win these tickets? 33090. Just get your mobile phone and SMS the word SCORE. SCORE is, of course, the energy drink partners to Western Province Club Rugby. We're back in a sec. There we go, folks. Welcome back. It's Cape Rugby TV. Remember, you can tell your friends, and if you missed it on Wednesday, you can catch a repeat on Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Marties were up against SK Warmers. It was a win for Marties. Let's take a look at some of the score highlights.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.
Hi, welcome back, folks. Right, SK Women's outmatched there. Marty's walking away with a very high score against SK Women's, but nevertheless, nice to see SK Women's still taking the opportunities when they had them, as there was a slight break in the defense. Jerome, not to talk about the game, but just to talk about some of the players at Marty's. A lot of under-21 players in that squad.
Yeah, JP, I'm happy that all those guys are playing and they're playing good rugby at the moment.
Yeah.
That whole pack of Marty's is basically under 21 still with a few backs, so I'm glad that they get all this game time.
Fantastic. Folks, let's move forward now. Tygerberg, we're up against NTK over the weekend. We'll take a look at that game in a sec. We'll first go to an ad break. Welcome back, everybody. Jerome Paarwater, head coach of the DHL West Bromwich Rugby side, who is currently playing in the Supersport Challenge, is on the show with me. Jerome, so many games on at the moment. It's great fun looking at these games.
Yeah, it's good, JP, and I just hope that the teams will now step up, because it's 3 games in a row. So we don't want to see these big scores anymore.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at NTK up against Tygerberg.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. All right, welcome back, folks. Jerome, very close game, 18-17 for Tygerberg, and a lot of people are saying Tygerberg also a contender for the top 4 this year.
Yeah, it's good to see NNK is competitive, and yeah, that's what we want, JP. Like I said previously, we don't want to see this big score, so it's good if teams are competitive.
Do you think the fact that NTK beat Tygerberg last year in 2018 had any impact on this game?
Look, they went with a lot of confidence into this game, obviously, but I've spoken to Anton Moorman, and he said that he rested a few of his players. But you can't underestimate anybody in this league. So you're almost threw this game away because of resting players.
Well, it worked for him, and thinking strategically there. Anton Moorman, of course, former coach at Hamilton's, now coaching at Tygerberg. UWC, we're up against Brackenfell.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.
All right, another high-scoring game, 41 points to 35, UWC over Brackenfell. Jerome, this speaks to me not so much of attack, it speaks to me a little bit more about defense.
Yeah, both sides, poor defense on both sides. And one thing that UWC must step up, see again Brackenfell score off a maul try, and that's one thing that they must sort out, because teams are just going to target them come maul time in line out, so they need to step up that. But great result is better than last year. They've been 2 wins, 1 draw, so they're on the roll.
All right, Super League is certainly going to be interesting this year. Folks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy is just over the corner, over the road on the N1, on the corner of Durban Road and the N1. They open 24 hours a day with free parking, so make sure that you get down to MChem 24-hour pharmacy 24/7, open 24 hours a day. They're, of course, now official supplier to Western Province rugby players. We're going to take a look at the match against Collegians against Franschhoek. Collegians, of course, played at home on their call it foreign home ground, and then we're going to show you some footage from Rangers up against St George's. That was another very close game. We'll be back in a second. You're watching Cape Rugby TV every Wednesday night here on DSTV, Cape Town TV, 263, 9 p.m. Right, you want to win yourself that set of double tickets? Just a reminder, 33090. You go in the mix to watch the Crusaders up against the DHL Stormers at Newlands on the 18th of May. Collegians were up against Franschhoek over the weekend. 22-15 win for Collegians, at least for Franschhoek. Let's take a look at some of the highlights.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland. This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.
Right, there we go. A win for Franschhoek over Collegians, but Jerome, doesn't look like that was an easy game.
No, a good combination about good defense and good attacking play. So there was both sides. Low scoring game.
Yeah, no, well done to both sides. Collegians, of course, playing at Sandvlei. Their home ground is not playable at the moment, and will now go into the fast. And of course, to all our Muslim viewers, we wish you the very best for the month of Ramadan. Yes, Franschhoek now go up to number 8 on the log. Super League B is still led by Vineyards, followed by Helderberg and Goodwood. Folks, Rangers were up against St. George's over the weekend. Rangers hosted St. George's. It was a fantastic day there, and as you know, when you go to St. George's, the players all get butter chicken. Nadeem Khan and the team makes the butter chicken there at Rangers in Surrey, and it really is fantastic. We managed to catch some of the highlights.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.
Good afternoon, this is Dee reporting to you live from Surrey Estate.
Ons het verwag. Ons het heel week is nooit maklik om na Rangers toe te kom nie. Maar ek dink ons vat die 4 punte
Die forwards van Blyden was vandag iets om oor boek toe te skryf.
George's liefde! Lulu liefde! Lulu liefde! On behalf of Rangers, we just want to wish you all the best for the season.
We're going to come back, and I can tell you we will be back, and I can assure you that we'll be back after the fast, and then people will obviously know who the real Rangers is.
I just want to wish all the Muslim players Ramadan Mubarak, and I hope that you have a blessed Eid as well, and I hope to see you guys on the field, and all the best for the rest of the season.
Everybody knows the only reason St. George's came through today.
The relation between St. George's and Lulu comes for years. I'm only here for a ticket.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.
Right, welcome back, everybody. A fantastic day there. Rangers up against St. George's, and down to the wire, and Rangers are really bouncing back and showing what they can do. Right, folks, this coming weekend on Saturday, it's the Clifford Etzebeth Memorial, of course, at the Goodwood Rugby Club. A lot of teams from Western Province will be going to participate there. We've got a poster here to show you. Villages will, of course, be up there, as well as False Bay and NTK. The guys from Durban will be joining, and of course Penil Villages as well, to go and join the many of the teams there at Goodwood Rugby this coming weekend. Festivities will be starting at 12 o'clock already, all the way through to 4:30 when the first team plays, and it's the Etzebeth Barbarians up against the Old Boys of Barbarians. So a whole host of social teams there taking part in the rugby day at Goodwood. Jerome, thank you very much for joining me. So much on the show today. We just can't get through all the fixtures and the logs, but yeah, a lot to look at.
Yeah, a lot to look at, and lots of rugby still to come. I mean, guys are currently playing, and guys are playing Saturday. So yeah, it's lots of rugby, and yeah, just good luck to all the teams this weekend.
Just quickly before you go, the DHL Western Province Super Sport Challenge team this weekend again, you're playing away?
Yeah, third one in a row, JP. We're playing Sharks in Durban on Friday, so yeah, we're leaving tomorrow morning, and yeah, so hopefully we can take another win there.
Well, good luck and congratulations on your victory so far. Win over SVD and a win over Border.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Right, folks, that's a wrap from us here at Cape Rugby TV. Remember, 33090 if you want to go in the draw to win these tickets to go and watch the Crusaders at Newlands, to take on the DHL Stormers, or should we say the DHL Stormers taking on the Crusaders at Newlands. You go in the mix to win that case of score and a set of double tickets. That's a wrap from us here at Cape Rugby TV. We'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Have a fantastic rugby weekend. Bye-bye.
This Cape Rugby TV feature is brought to you by Score Energy Drinks, MChem 24-hour pharmacy, and Dulux Maitland.